Phonics lesson 57. Does anybody want, I forgot to ask this before I started this. Anybody want the paper? Nobody today? You do?
Wait, no, I don't.
No? Okay. All right. So, actually, friends, we're going to double up. We're going to do 57 and the last part of 58. Because I was looking through lesson 58, and it's pretty much the same as 57. It only introduces one new material. So once we get to the end of the lesson 57 and we go over that new material, then we're going to jump over to the lesson 58. So today we're doing two lessons, 57 and 58. Okay? All right. Let me get my paper turned here. Are we ready? Everybody sitting up straight and tall. Feet on the floor. All right. O. W. Oi.
At the end.
Not, that one's not at the end, is it? It's in the middle of a word. It sometimes is at the beginning, you're right. A. Sh. O.
In the middle of a word.
Yes. U. J.
At the end of a word.
What's right in front of J?
Short vowel.
Short vowel. And what do our short vowels say? A, I, A, Eh. I forgot the short E one, didn't I? A at the end of a short word. I would appreciate it if everybody is following along. Or. A.
In the middle of a word.
What do all of those say? They're long vowel sound. Why? Everybody just say it. Why?
Because they have a silent E.
There's a silent E at the end that jumps over that consonant and makes the vowel say its own name, right? So we have A, E, I, O, U, I. Not for a long time. Okay, what is this?
Ear.
Sound and a word, right? E.
In the middle of a word.
Or sometimes at the end of the word.
It can sometimes be like glee, tree, spree, flea. Maybe. Qua. Two sounds, right?
At the end of a word with the short vowel in front of it.
Yeah, there's a short vowel in front of it. And let's do it correctly this time. What are our short vowel sounds? A, I, I got all of them that time. Give myself a pat on the back. I. Which one is the short sound? Two sounds. Ooh, Ah. No. Can that be at the end of a word? It can. Can that be at the beginning of a word? Like if something is awful.
Yeah.
Yes. But notice in the word awful, how many syllables are there? Awful.
2.
2. What do we hear in that first syllable? Ah. It's at the end of that syllable, right? It's the only part of the syllable. What about what am I pointing to here?
Jaw.
Jaw. Where's the ah in that word? At the beginning
No.
or at the end?
The end.
At the end. It's usually at the end of a short word. E, R, Where's this typically located?
In the middle of the word.
Ch.
At the end of the word.
And what's right in front of it?
Short vowel.
It follows a short vowel. Oi.
At the end of a short word.
At the end of a short word, correct. 2 sounds. Ow. O. All. I. Is that the one we did yesterday? Okay. I. And where is I usually at in a word?
In the middle or at the end?
Yeah, if it's at the end, what is right behind it?
A T.
A T.
L.
Could it be at the end by itself just like that?
Yes.
Like hi, sigh. All right. Oh, let's spell some sounds here. First sound. I'm going to pull my mask down. Thruh. Like throw. Thruh. Next sound, I'm going to jump to lesson 58 for a different sound. Long I before T. It's a new one. Long I before T. Do you want an example?
No.
You don't want a word example? You think you got it?
Yes. I know what it is. I can't remember what.
Like the word fright, might,
Light.
light, sight, night. So that long I.
Wait.
Okay, long A in the middle of a word. 2 ways. Long A in the middle of a word. I think sometimes my hair and then talking. Okay, everybody have those 2 ways? Long E in the middle of a word, 3 ways. Long E in the middle of a word, 3 ways.
Are they all two?
Mhm. This will be our last one. Ung. Okay, since I was going back and forth between the two lessons, I don't know what order I did things in. I'm going to look up at yours. So our first one was thr. How'd you do? All right. The next sound was long I before T, like in light, might, night, sight, fight. That one is I. Oh, I switched the color.
You said it was new and I had IGH. Then I'm like, oh, maybe I should switch it to the different I that we didn't learn.
Nope. IGH. Did you remember it or no? Gosh, I was hoping I could trick you. Okay, sweet. A in the middle of a word, the long A that is, in the middle of a word, and I had you come up with 2 ways for that. Lucas, what did you have?
A consonant E.
A consonant, silent E. What's another way there? AI. Is there anything else? Because it's not going to be AY, because that's at the end of the word. Can it just be A?
Yeah.
No, because it's probably going to have the A consonant silent E, or it's going to be the AI combination.
If it was just A, it would probably say
Mm-hmm. All right. The next one was 3 ways for E. Was it?
long E in the middle of a word.
Okay, long E in the middle of a word. What's one way you had?
E-double-E.
The double E. What's another? E consonant, silent E. And a third long E, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Jenny? E-A.
I said just E.
All right. After those 3, we had ink. I-N-K. And then our last one was ung. U-N-G. Alrighty.
I got 1,000.
Can I clear mine?
Yes. 95%. Same. I got like 89. Because your minus 5. Because I only missed 2.
Let's.
It actually should be a 90.
Let's read words. Maybe. High, light, right, sigh, fight, might. Oh, I made it smaller. Night, sight, blight, higher, bright, lighter.
What's light?
Blight, I don't know. We'll have to check that out later, okay? Brighter, tighter, tight, thigh, bright, fighting. Point to your thigh. Right in here. Okay? Are we ready?
Yeah.
embrace, decline, infuse, concave, unsafe, octane, interlude, inside. What's what? Embrace. It's like when you hug somebody or you put your arm around them. We've talked about that one before. Does anybody remember?
In both?
Like if you have a circle and then part of it gets pushed in, it becomes concave there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Interlude. I always think of like music when I hear the word interlude. Kind of like an introduction to something. Octane is a type of gas.
He didn't say that on
See, it goes along with morning announcements, doesn't it? Have any of you had issues like that today?
No.
Behave. Explode. You don't want to explode if you try to hold your gas in. Beware. Decide. Intake. Confuse. Obtuse. Rezone. Did you talk about triangles in second grade?
Yeah.
Acute, like the small angled triangles.
Oh, yeah.
Obtuse are like kind of the big fat triangles. Interstate, devote, insane, alcove, concise, demote, resume, stagnant. It looks like it would say stagnate, but it says stagnant. Stagnant, that means like, have you ever gone to, or been outside playing and you come to a puddle of water and it kind of stinks? That water is stagnant because there's no air, there's no oxygen going through that water to make it fresh. So it's kind of rotten smelling. Shirk, sprain, trace, clearing, throat, matches, straws, judge, yearling, withdrawn, squirting, retail. Splinter, jawline, fearsome, floating, thirst, scrawl. How would you read that first sentence?
Kind of in a book, but not like yelling.
She thinks maybe a little bossy, like normal.
Maybe like if like a little bossy, but not very bossy.
Okay, so just a little bit bossy. Jenny?
A statement.
Okay. How about this next one? Raylan? Like screaming? Okay. If it's you talking to your brother. Lucas? Mad? Okay. All right. Well, let's look at this first one. Did you read it to yourself already? You probably had to get an idea of what it said in order to know how it needs to be read, right? So you're saying that it could be a little bit bossy.
Yeah.
Let's use our British accent.
That's what I was gonna say, but
to read this a little bit bossy. Are you ready? Oh, a British accent? They should not be fighting.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Okay, here we go. They should not be fighting. One more time. They should not be fighting. All right, second one. Let's say it in like a southern, like a cowboy accent. It was right here when I left. One more time. It was right here when I left. You guys sound ridiculous. All right, this next one. Is that a bossy one?
No.
Just a regular, like you're just saying something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we missed that one. Not yesterday, but we read.
Have we had that sentence before?
Yeah.
Okay. So how would you read this next one then? Are you screaming?
No.
No.
Just like
How would you read it, Connor?
like a little bump.
A little bossy? All right. So let's look at this first one. Let's say it like an old granny or an old grandpa. Ready? The sunshine will make you squint. One more time, like an old grandma or an old grandpa. The sunshine will make you squint. All right. Do not sprint down the steps. Say it in a baby voice. Ready? Do not sprint down the steps. One more time. Do not sprint down the steps. Like you're tattling on someone, huh? We're going to skip. We'll come back to this. We're going to skip it because we're going to go on to this new material. And what does it say? E. All right. Let's jump over. Oh, I already had it on the new material. Well, here's the new material. What does that say? Ew. Like in new, flew, do, brew, chew, grew, stew. Oh, I forgot blue. Blue. I jumped ahead. Okay, so let's jot some words down now.
From both? Like, are we gonna do 20 words?
I think I'll just do 5 from each one. Sound like a plan? Okay. Squish. I like that word. Squish. Could that be onomatopoeia?
No.
Squish.
Oh yes, onomatopoeia. I like that.
Okay, next word. Flight. Watch my mouth. Flight. Flight. Retail. Retail, not retell. Retail.
And it's one of the.
Sprint. That means to run really slow, right?
No, really fast.
For a long distance. Our 5th word is trombone. Like the instrument, the trombone. Not trombone. Let's go over those first 5. The first one was squish. So we have that squa sound that we've been practicing. I, sh.
S-H.
The next word was flight. So full.
F-L.
What's saying I in flight?
I-G-H.
Yes, I-G-H and then T. Retail. So re, t. What's saying the A in tail? A-I and then O. Sprint. Spra. I, nt. And our last word was trombone. Tr, ah, okay, then bone. B. What's saying the O? It's actually O-N, that consonant, and then our silent E. Okay, the next 5 words. Chain. Beach. I'd like to be at the beach.
I've been at the beach once. And I would always run
Night. Like the moon is out during the night. Sprung. Like their hose sprung a leak. And then our last word, compute. We'll go over those 5 words. Compute. Chain was the first one in this group. Ch. What about the A? N. Okay. Beach. B. Do I need to make sure that my B looks like a B and not a D?
Yes.
Okay, so B. What about the E?
E-A.
It is E-A. What about Ch?
C-H. Because not T-C-H.
Because it's a vowel pair.
Exactly. After that was night. N. I. What is it? I-G-H. T. There you go. Sprung. Spra.
S-P-R.
There you go. U. Ng. Okay. And compute.
C-O-M-E.
No E. C-O-M. P. What's saying ute?
U-R-T.
U.
T.
Compute. So pute. It's P-U-T-E. Compute. All right. I am going to clear mine. Now, I want you to get your phonics packet out. The next page on your packet should be 57.
Wait, are we gonna rip it out again?
Let me look. You can tear off 57 and 58.
Are we gonna do this in
Okay, let's take a look at 57 first. But first off, put your name on both of them since they are both now torn out.
That one already has my name on it.
And then we're going to look at 57 first. It says critical thinking. Okay, on 57, do me a favor. Do you see where the directions are? Choose the 4 words that belong together. Write the words. Let's do this. Because we're going to be doing 2 pages, we're not going to write the words that belong. We're just going to circle them. So above here, write circle. Instead of choose, we're going to circle them. Okay? So let's do the first one together. There are 4 words that have similarities about them. It might not be the way they're spelled. So let's look at these. Milk, beans, peas, radishes, corn. Four of them have something in common with each other. Beans are a what?
Food.
Peas,
Food.
radishes,
Food.
corn,
Food.
milk. Actually, let's do this. Hold on. I'm going to start over. We're going to cross out the word that doesn't belong. How about that? Will that be easier? I know it. I changed my mind. To make it easier, let's cross out the word that does not belong. Okay, let's do the second one. Sea, lake, swim, pond, pool. One of them doesn't fit in there. It could, kind of, but not like the other 4 do. Which word does not belong with the other 4? Jenny?
Swim.
You're right, it is swim. Because all these others are types of water, right? We'll do one more. Seat, shelf, stool, throne, bench. Are they talking about this kind of throne? No. Oh, okay. So which one doesn't belong there, Raylan? I agree with Raylan. She said shelf. Okay, so does this make sense how we're going to do this page? A little easier. It'll be quicker. Okay, let's switch gears now. Let's look over at page 58. And guess what we're not going to do?
Write the words.
So you can cross that out. Write the words. Because we're going to
We've done these before.
save some time for ourselves. Okay, So now we have to add one vowel pair to complete the words in, they have a typo there, in of each set. Should just say in each set. All right, so we have ah, oo, ow, or o. So thra, is thra a word?
No.
All right, so it's not that one. Is through a word?
Yes.
Okay. Is grew a word?
Yes.
Is few a word?
Yes.
Is drew a word?
Yes.
Yeah, like you drew a picture. So what could it be?
EW.
EW. All right. And you're just going to go through, I'll partner you up. Sound like a plan? You're just going to go through and figure out which vowel pair, it has to be the same one, fits in all of those words. Okay? Let's do one more. So again, we have ah, oo, ow, or o. So we already said thra is not a word. Is through a word?
Yes.
Grew?
Yes.
Shoe?
Yes.
It's not spelled correctly. That's not how you spell shoe. Well, unless you say shoe fly. Like you shoo something away. What about snoo?
No.
That's not a word. How about, oh, let's try O there. Throw, grow, show, snow. Oh, so what's going to fit in all of those? The OW. Is this making more sense to you now?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't want you to be confused and have a goofy look on your face. Or is that just natural? It is for me. Okay, so let's do